Hello. It is Sunday, September 19th, and I've been posting a lot on YouTube. Just my experiences dealing with my life, because my life has just been just wrecked and it's miserable. Anyways, I just posted a video about talking about my experience with my ex and how he got violent with me. Obviously it's hard for me to talk about, and even as I watch the video, I never talk about it. I tiptoe around that motherfucking subject like, I'm in Miss Carter's tap class, tap dancing class. Like, I talk about everything except him putting his hands on my neck and choking me. I talked about the fellatio. I talked about the Sonya. I talked about being submissive. I talked about feeling pain, but I never talked about him putting his hands around my neck and choking me. Part of me feels like it's like a part of the reality I don't want to accept happen to me. But he did. James grabbed me from behind after he fixed my ponytail and proceeded to choke me and to drive his pelvis deeper into me. And it hurt. You can see me instinctively push my hand back like this to get him from being so deep inside of me. I couldn't say anything because of his hands were around my neck. So I do this. You see this in the video. And I can't believe it's happening. It lasts for a couple seconds. And then he stops and I breathe. Like, I'm breathing to catch my breath. But at the same time, we are having sex. And he's still thrusting inside of me. It happens kind of fast, but it wasn't fast. Like it didn't happen fast. It happened for a minute, not a minute, but like it happened to where I know the difference of if it was a mistake or if it was intentional. And looking back at the video, you can see that it was intentional because he fixes my hair before he just reaches for my throat. And when we finish and I grab my phone, he looks at me. He said, "Was that thing on the whole time?" I said, "Yes." And that was that. I started looking in his face. It's like, why would you even ask that if you know you didn't do anything wrong? Why would that statement even come out of your mouth if we were just, business as usual? You know what I'm saying? So he knew exactly what he was doing. And he knew he was fucked when I grabbed the camera and I pressed the button and it said click. He said, "Was that thing on the whole time?" Yes, it was. Something told me to do it. Something told me to save it. And I never looked back at that video the whole way through. I saw the beginning part and I sent clips of that part, the fellatio part, to him, but I never really watched it all the way through until much later, when after I had a miscarriage of our child and James just disappeared. And that's when I started to say, something's off. Something's wrong, because I lost our child. He has not called me. He has not nothing. He just walked away. Like, that's weird as hell. He made all these promises. And so it wasn't until I got a little bit curious of like, what's up with James? Because I just lost our child. And that's when I started doing some more Googling, and I started seeing Grindr and the gay escort shits popping up. And then I'm looking back at my videos trying to piece some shit together. And that's when I started to hit him up on the screenshots of like this gay shit popping up with his name. So I'm like investigating some shit, trying to figure out James popping up in and out of my fucking life. But yet and still, this motherfucker putting his hands on me. And so I just had to start looking at things for what they were. I went back and started to read the screenshots. And that's when it hit me. When I started to see him saying, I just like, because while I'm dealing with this and going through it, you don't see it. But when you are out of the situation and you're like out of it, and then you're able to look at it with a different pair of eyes, from a different perspective. And so that's when I started to see the stuff that I didn't want to see earlier. How James was like, I just Googled miscarriage risk for the first 6 weeks and da da da. Like, I started to see, and everything just started to kind of click. He never wanted me. He didn't want the baby. He actually caused my miscarriage. Like, so everything just started to come together because of James. And how he just dogged me out. Like, no birthday call, no birthday gift, no Christmas, nothing. When he said, you will never have to go another holiday. We together. Let me know what you want to do for your birthday and we can do it, because I don't want to have nothing happen what happened last year. Same thing happened. James didn't do shit for me. James didn't even call me. James didn't even text me. But yeah, he got a student loan disbursement around this time, while I'm sitting up here isolated in pain by myself, because they got into my mama's phone and made sure she didn't send the text that she sent for me for my birthday wasn't delivered. So like I said, they don't care the lives that they destroy, or the relationships that they got in between, or my life that they destroyed, because they caused me unspeakable amounts of pain. And James was watching me the whole time, being in pain, hurt, crying, the whole year. And what has he done? No apology, no phone call, no decency. He only popped up when I started talking shit about his woman, Sonia. James don't give a fuck about me. These people don't give 2 fucks about me. So why should I give 2 fucks about them for just speaking my truth and what they've done to me? I don't know more. I don't care no more. I'm tired. I'm tired and want my life back, and they don't understand. They don't see how painful they don't care. That's what it is. They don't care what they've done to me. And that's okay. I care. So like I say, it's gonna be with my dying breath that everybody gonna know what they've done to me. I ain't signed I ain't signed shit, so I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I ain't breaking no laws. And everything I say, I can back up with data. Period.